Coming into today's training, I'm not really sure of what I was going to do. I did know that I cannot follow the program and I cannot do what I've been doing for the last few sessions, coming in and seeing what I could squat for the day pain-free. Those things are obviously not working. So being 6 weeks out, I really need to start thinking, what can I do to increase my possibilities of actually making it to meet day and performing at least at a level that I would consider worthwhile. So today I'm just going to very simply work up to a 5-rep max attempt, and I'm going to only make small jumps, and these are going to be full depth squats, all sets, 5 reps, and I will continue this until I no longer can go past 5 reps. Really focusing on form, driving knees forward, getting as much quad involvement as possible. Finding out where am I in squat currently. I know I can't squat heavy today. Nothing has changed in the last 4 days since I've last attempted a squat, but I can still do something. Today's squat session will be finding out where can I build from. So the loading for today will be a 45, then add a 25. Remove the 25, add a 45. So it's a plate, a quarter, plate, 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 quarter, plate, plate, plate. You see I'm just adding a plate and then a 25 and then reversing that. And I'm going to do that until it can no longer go anymore. And I don't have any goals for the day. It's just, let's find out where I am, and then I can use that as a building point. And this is just trying to get the most out of the day that I can get. It's also a test to see what can I pull off in a full depth, full range of motion, no equipment, no belt, no knee sleeves. What will my body allow me to do in what I'm considering worst case scenario here at 6 weeks out, halfway through a prep, when I should be squatting for reps into the 600s. If I squat for reps today into the 300s, I'll honestly be pretty damn happy. But I'm not ready to throw in the towel yet. I still have faith that I can pull this off. Today will be the beginning, hopefully, of a new building point of where I can jump from to start making things move in the proper direction. As the last few weeks, I've been going in the wrong direction. So I'm hoping it just looks like one of these market charts where I go up, as I was the first few weeks. Now I've made a dip down. Now hopefully I can take off again and move in the right direction. So if I zoom out, it all looks like it's up and to the right. And I'm just in a little dip, a little pullback, a little low point. But that just means hopefully I found support and about to go to the moon. And if you are new to this channel, this is me documenting my entire prep for King of the Platform 5 from 100 days out all the way until competition day. Watching me go through the actual ups and the downs, working through injuries, hurts, and high moments of hitting new PRs. Everything that comes along with a real powerlifting meet prep. So if you're interested what an actual powerlifting competitor looks like and what a prep actually looks like from start to finish, the ups and downs, the highs and the lows, follow along, watch the previous videos to get caught up to where we are now, as we continue on pushing till meet day by any means necessary. Okay. Oof, yeah, that's it. And there's absolutely no denying it. That was absolutely beyond disappointing. Only making it to 375. First rep, felt good. Second rep, a little sketchy. So that's why I paused it on the third rep to see if I could come up out of there with minimal pain, and it was 7-8 level pain, and I knew there was no going forward from there. So now we're moving on to deadlifts. As squat, I found the limiting point, and obviously sumo is not in the equation, so I'm going to be pushing for some conventional deads just to see what I can make happen. I think my best set of 5 or 6 reps ever, I have to check, maybe 240, 250 kg is my best. My best triple ever was 275 kg, 606. So if I can get, somewhere around a good 240, 250 in the upper end, maybe 230, 240 for a set of 5, that would be good. This is going to be a single warm-up to see how it feels. But if this winds up being the top set of 5, it's really not too bad. It's considering I haven't trained conventional at all. This wouldn't be a bad starting point. But we're just going to see how this feels. I have no idea. I don't know. Let me think about that. So after a long internal dialogue I just had, I decided to reduce the weight and do some rep work to start building, as I'm 99% sure that this is just part of the internal dialogue I just had with myself. I don't think I will ever be going back to sumo at this point. While it was fun, it was a great era. I built that up over many years, hitting 740 in competition. Hitting 750 a couple times here in the gym. Let's go. And, I do believe that would have been the faster route for the goal of 800-pound deadlift. But I think as I move forward that I never really truly focused on conventional hard enough, and in my off season I did manage to go from under 600 to a 672 dead. With really not that much time. And I think now that I've learned a lot more, I'm much heavier, and I have an idea of how to train properly. I think that in the future, I would be more benefited from deadlifting conventional to remove the stress from my inner thigh, my adductor, which has been an ongoing problem from previous injuries 6-7 years ago from jiu-jitsu. And it's been an ongoing issue all these years, and I've just been able to manage it. But I think as I've gotten heavier, the weight's gotten heavier, the training load has gotten increasingly more drastic, as well as moving my body and the performance of what I ask of my lower body in grappling as well, that I would be better suited to remove a lot of that load in what I ask of my body and pulling conventional. So the goal is still the same, 800 plus pound deadlift, but I'm now going to build that up in a conventional stance. But I'm also going to do that starting at a pretty low weight here. And I'm not saying 800 in competition this year, but the goal is still the same. However long it takes me is however long it takes me. But I still have faith that I will pull an 800 plus pound deadlift, close stance or wide stance. Just in this sense, the plan is now focus on the conventional. And making some changes as I'm making some decisions today on where I will be moving forward in the rest of my training, because decisions need to be made about where I'm going and what I'm doing. So today is more of an experimental day. I'm not following a program at all. I'm just adjusting to the day as the day gives me. So today I'm going to be trying something a little bit different right here, and I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I'm trying to build on my problem areas. So let's find out. I hope you guys appreciate this, because I already did my 2 sets and it didn't record. So now I'm doing a 3rd set after I already did those reverse hyper arm back extension things. So now I'm going back to do another set of GHR just for you guys. So here we go. And I'll put this in the correct order, so you'll see this video before you will see the reverse hyper arm, and because that's the order I did them in. But this is just the 3rd set, just for the viewing pleasure. Ah. Ah. and bringing conventional back as the main focus as far as deadlifts go. I'm looking to bring back some movements that I haven't trained too heavily in quite a while. And two of those being the next two movements here in the GHR, as well as something that you're about to see that I don't really have a name for. It's something that you can only do if you have this specific machine. And it's something I built up about a year and a half ago to pretty heavy, but I stopped doing it since. And now for the secret movement here. This is the reverse hyper arm with the GHR attachment. And you're gonna think I'm either a genius or absolutely insane. But I'm telling you, if you have the option or the ability to set something up like this, and you want to build an extremely strong lower back and glutes, start light and build this. Now here we are at the trifecta of movements, coming into the last exercise of the day, besides the terrible airdyne, which I still have to do my 15 minutes. But for any home gymmers, when we're talking about home gyms, square footage is probably the most important topic. And I couldn't recommend this machine more. You've seen, I do my GHRs, I do my back extensions with the reverse hyper arm. Of course, I do my weighted sit-ups hanging off of this. And now we're gonna do the reverse hyper. This is one of the best equipment pieces that you can get for accessories in relation to square footage. You know, this thing can do so much and take up minimal space, and you can get even more creative and build so much more with this. So if you have a home gym and you're looking for something that can do a lot for lower body, then this guy is worth it. P.S. I bought this on Marketplace used for like 200 bucks, brand new. They never even used it. It still had plastic wrapped on it. Oh, my poor butt. Okay, so obviously things did not go as planned. They really haven't been going as planned for the last several weeks as far as squat and deadlift, and not being able to perform them at a level of which prep demands. So things were moving, and the things were moving quite well. And it's not that I re-injured or re-aggravated or got hurt any worse than I was already hurt. It's just that, or at least I believe, the demands of prep, in which the intensity and the loads became too much, and my body was not recovering fast enough, or the injury was not recovering fast enough to keep pushing the limits with the heavier loads. So I have a decision to make over the next few days leading into next week, as this is the last training day of this week. So do I continue on with the prep as if I'm still competing, or do I make the decision to pull out of the meet, change my training to then build up to another competition in the future? Now, there are pros and cons to each. One is just keep moving forward with the prep, keep going, because things could change out of nowhere and everything could get better, and I could just all of a sudden hop right back in and do well 6 weeks out, which is where I am. A lot can happen in those 6 weeks where I can just all of a sudden be right back on track. But with only 6 weeks left, do I go from being hurt to being injured, trying to peak at these heavier loads, pushing myself back not just a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but potentially a year or longer, going from hurt to severely injured, maybe needing actual doctor intervention, which is the worst case scenario. I'm completely against going under the knife. And if I'm trying to squat 650, 685, 705, does something actually break at that point? So I need to think about this thoroughly over the next couple of days, because I do not want to, or nor do I like to pull out from any sort of competition. But so for right now, I'm undecided. I'm still going to keep training. Nothing changes. But if I do pivot from a prep style training to a off-season style training, I will obviously update in the following videos, and that will be something that nothing changes. But if we come to that point of switching to the other style of training, then that's what it is. I'm not done. I still plan on being the #1 masters lifter in multiple weight classes. So the goal has not changed. The future for me, I think, is still the same in accomplishing those goals, but the path is not up and to the right always. It's up, then to the right. And this is where we are for now. Look to next week to see, am I pivoting my training or am I continuing on as normal? Either way, I'm still going to get the best out of every single day, and I'm going to seize the opportunity of every moment.